that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
This is the most exciting review you're ever going to see. X-Power Airflow. Cue the crazy guitars. Look, I'm excited because I've never had so much fun cleaning before I discovered this. Now, I saw this a little while back. It was $147. It is now down, and prices are staying down. And it's time to support your local PLE shop. They have it for $99. So I was like, well, look, I need to do a bit of cleaning, de-dust my whole entire computer, plus my server. Two things that, you know what, it's not really good to buy those canned air things because, well, they're not, first of all, good for the planet, and second of all, they're expensive. I've bought more than this costs in the last 6 months of cans, and now they're just all in the tip. So basically, I wanted to replace my cans of air with something like this. This is the X-Power. Now, it's a 550 watt air blaster, and it just goes into your 220 watt wall. It's perfect. Perfect for, well, cleaning everything in the house.
So rule number 1, it says do not use outdoors, but I plead with you, do not make the same mistake as I did. My room is covered in dust. It is so dusty, there is dust in every single crack, wall and crevice, and I'm a little bit annoyed, but here we are.
First of all, one of the things that it says on there, do not use outside. But I'm going to show you why you should definitely use this outside. And I don't know, I guess they're just putting in there to warn people. You know, don't get it wet, don't do that, because it'll be really, really bad for you if you have this powerful thing running and you, I don't know, soak it in water. Think toasters. So don't use it in the rain. And if you are outside, apparently you shouldn't use it outside, but I suggest that you do whatever dusting you do of your computer, do it outside. So $99 gets you obviously the dust, and it comes with blue, black, and green, but I still haven't seen any of those. Like, I think black is the only one they stock, so I don't know. So that's the one you're getting. It consists of 2 settings, low and high, which is 1 and 2. Now, sometimes when you pick up any type of device, it has a 2 on it, and you use 1 and it's terrible, like it's really bad when you use the lowest setting, and you always have to go to the highest setting, and then people are like, well, why do they have the low one? Because that's still crap. Well, in this one, you actually kind of have to try to not use the top one because the top one blasts air like crazy. It's a bit of a tornado, if I may say so myself. Now, the best attachment you can use is this one right here. It just sort of narrows it down into a big, well, not really big, but a bit smaller hole here that blows the air out, and this works the best for pretty much everything. Now, if you want to get down to a little bit of a nitty-gritty, you can go down to something like this. Now, the thing with this one, these are all the attachments that come with it. The thing with this one, it has one hole here, blowhole, but it's also got these 2 side things because from my understanding, the pressure that builds up here, if you block this, it could burn the motor out. And I did kind of play with it. I was like, wow, that's really powerful. But long term, you don't want to do this, so it does have a bit of a reduction on the sides, plus obviously the reduction in the size here, so that's pretty useful. You've got a little bit of a cleaning thing here, so if you want to scrub something, maybe in a car, you can probably use this. Now, the only thing I've noticed is that there's this tube here to extend things, but nothing fits in it, nothing. So you kind of need to use this one with one of these, which is similar to this one, but it has a much sharper nozzle, and it's kind of good for very small places. Maybe computer, but even with the computer, the big one here works a treat. You don't have to use it. This one here, also, you can put this one on there, which is cool, bit of a more brush. And then you've got another nozzle here. Now, most of these you probably just want to clip off if you want to use them. They do come strung up like that. And then finally, you've got this one here for a wide airflow, right? Kind of useless, don't really use it. And one of the things with it is that this is a big device. This is pretty big and kind of chunky, and when you kind of put it on, there's really not much space to navigate. So again, this is enough. This is what you're going to use. Now, how does it work? Well, as you can see, my computer blew out all that dust from just using it from there, from that distance, did a really good job. So the cable is long enough for you to traverse the world with this. I have used it on a few things around the room just to de-dust behind things. So it's actually useful for just home cleaning, not just de-dusting your computer, but exactly what it's marketed for is mostly, you know, clean your office, your home. But you know what, as nerds get around, this is probably a really good replacement for your canned air. In fact, if you are buying canned air, stop right now. Don't buy canned air anymore and buy this, because not only will you be able to use it for longer, it's much more powerful, it's much more eco-friendly, and it's cost effective. For God's sakes, friends, it is seriously cost effective, especially if you have lots of computers in the house, if you have lots of electronics, you can clean all the dust off with this, and you don't have to stress about buying cans. And you know what? You can't even use them for long periods of time. You can definitely use this for a much longer period of time because it doesn't just go cold and then stop actually flowing. That's what happens with cans. And of course, the cans are just, they're powerful the first 5 minutes, and then the power just slips away as you waste away the gas inside. However, it is a luxury, and if you want a clean computer which helps it to not overheat, especially in the Australian heat, I think it's well worth the $99, and that's where I would see this item at. At $99, it's a really, really good buy. At $150, you're kind of pushing it, but I think at this price range, not only is it very competitive with buying cans, it is actually better. So friends, thank you very much for watching this quick review and sort of overview of this product. It's hard to sort of show you exactly how good it is. You got to get the feeling for yourself, but as you can see, the dust is definitely leaving the thing. One thing before I leave you, if you do have this device, make sure to clean that at the back. This filter right here, it is very, very important. You don't want the dust that you're blowing out of your computer or out of any other stuff to go back into here and then screw up your $100 air blaster. One other thing to also say is don't put anything on there, don't keep your hand there, you're going to block the airflow and probably burn out the motor. So there's a few safety things, it's not necessarily a toy. And you don't want to leave it running for more than half an hour to an hour. It does actually start to blow warm air through here, obviously friction, but it's never going to be as high or as hot as something like an air dryer or hair dryer. Friends, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you like these kind of quick overviews, please like and then potentially subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you friends in another video. Bye! Ha ha ha.